Hello, 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 everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Today, Thursday, September 21st. It is September 21st, I think. I used to think it is definitely September 31st here. Give me a second, folks. Just kind of getting ready for the show. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, getting ready for an amazing weekend, right? Weekend's coming up. Um, let's see how quickly people come on. Okie dokie, okay. I know I said I was going to start at 8 o'clock, but I'm thinking about going a little late. Not a little late, but wanted to go a little early so I could just talk a little more so I don't spend everyone's evening, all right, going, all righty. But a lot of interesting stuff going on, guys. Definitely the 21st. Hello, Spirit. I hope you are doing well. So, a lot of interesting stuff that's been going on. And today I'm going to try to recap a little bit of the actual hard news. Okay. When I mean hard news, it's stuff that is actually circulating on the news sphere. I'll call it that much, whether it's, Fox or CNN or whoever might be kind of talking about different events that have been going on. Alrighty. Now, something that's kind of interesting. You guys probably heard a few days ago about that F-35, that stealth fighter that ended up crashing. We kind of talked about it on the show a couple times. Hello, Daniel. How you doing, sir? Hope things are well in NorCal. So they found the F-35, right? A lot of conspiracy theories already. It seems like anytime anything happens, hello, Tammy, how you doing? It's interesting. It seems like every time something happens, automatically there's a conspiracy or people are trying to tie it into, I was hearing people trying to tie in this F-35 crash with potential UAP, UFO stuff. And, sometimes it's something else. It's a little bit more mundane, right? And I think this F-35 crash, now it's still intriguing. It's still kind of weird. And I'm going to just read an article that's currently up on News Nation. And it says that the Pentagon provided few answers. The Pentagon provided few answers in a briefing Thursday after an F-35B fighter jet crashed this week in South Carolina. Citing an ongoing investigation by the Marine Corps, it is important that we not jump to conclusions, that we do not speculate, that we don't allow our imagination to fill gaps, said Brigadier General Patrick Ryder. We have a very methodical, very deliberate, very tried and true process that we'll take a look at exactly what the situation was, get the facts, and then, as appropriate, apply those facts to prevent these kind of things from happening again. The pilot of the $100 million stealth fighter jet parachuted safely into the backyard of a home in South Carolina after a malfunction forced him to eject from the aircraft, causing the plane to crash into a wooded area about 60 miles away. Really, the truth is it's kind of weird, right? It's kind of crazy. Imagine, you're about to cook breakfast or lunch. I don't know exactly what time this happened. And all of a sudden you see a parachute, and it looks like it's military. I don't know. The first thing that popped in my head. Do you guys remember the movie Red Dawn? Right? Charlie Sheen, Patrick Swayze. Fantastic movie. I'm talking about the original one, not the remake with Chris Hemsworth and stuff. That one was fine, but remember that scene where all of a sudden a bunch of parachutes kind of land, and they land at the back of a high school, like in a football field, and World War III started. Yeah, Daniel, they found it. But they're saying they don't want people to jump to conclusions because there have been a few, different theories, conspiracy theories out there. Evidently, there's a guy who, for the last couple of years, has been saying, and he's part of kind of like the thing what we're doing, but more in regards to military and software and computer. And they were saying that it's possible that the jet might have been hacked. That it was possible that someone with bad intentions could have hacked certain parts of this jet and caused things to go wrong. So that's one of the theories. One people were saying, yeah, Daniel, I like that. Yeah, I'll tell you, that was one of the greatest scenes, right? When the guy's holding an AK-47 and Wolverines of the original movie. It was fantastic. But yeah, there's been rumors that that our defense system is very hackable. Now, maybe not the entire jet, but maybe certain things, because the military kept on calling it a mishap. Well, kind of suspicious. What kind of mishap, right? How do you eject out of $100 million plane if it was running properly fine? Who knows? So the article continues. A U.S. Marine Corps official who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to release details of the investigation into Sunday's crash told the Associated Press the aircraft was not found until the next day. A state law enforcement helicopter located the jet and the debris around 5 p.m. Monday in a field near Indiantown, South Carolina. The pilot, who has not been identified by the Marine Corps, did not have serious injuries and has been discharged from the hospital. He's unsure of where his plane crashed, said he just lost it in the weather. Someone can be heard saying that the pilot on audio from a Charleston County Emergency Medical Service call shared Thursday by a local meteorologist. Again, weird, right? Weird. So yeah, that's kind of interesting in regards to the F-35. Now, we're going to dabble a little bit on some. Remember, I told you guys that there was like a congressional oversight meeting. Well, evidently, it was closed to the public and it was closed to the media. Okay, believe it or not, there are some people in our government that are fighting for some disclosure, and one of them is Tennessee Representative Tim Burchette. Okay, Tim Burchette again has been making the rounds because he's very vocal on all the stuff that's going on, and the office of the Inspector General. This is another article on News Nation. Okay, it says the Office of the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community said in a letter that it has not conducted an audit of any alleged UAP retrieval program run by the U.S. government. Representative Tim Burchette sent the letter on behalf of the House Oversight Subcommittee that has been looking into the claims made by whistleblower David Grush that the Pentagon is operating a secret UFO retrieval program. The committee held a public hearing on the issue, but Grush was unable to answer a number of questions or name individuals connected to the alleged program in an unclassified setting. Grush told the committee that he had provided the information to the Inspector General's Office of the Intelligence Community as part of the whistleblower complaint. Burchette requested the office provide the information on individuals, facilities, bases, or other intelligence resources connected with any UAP retrieval programs or reverse engineering technology from UAPs. In the letter, the office reiterated its commitment to providing whistleblowers with protection afforded to them by the law, as well as a commitment to supporting congressional oversight. However, the office still has not provided the information Burchette has requested. So again, kind of interesting because it seems to me like Tim Burchette is putting up a good fight, trying to get some more disclosure. As a matter of discretion, hold on a second here, real quickly. What do they call this? Okay. As a matter of discretion, the Intelligence Community Inspector General notes that it has not conducted any audit, inspection, evaluation, or review of alleged UAP programs within the responsibility and authority of the DNI. I don't know. I'm not to see what DNI stands for, but I'll look into it. That would enable this office to provide a fulsome response to your question, the letter concluded. Burchette, who posted the letter on X, Twitter, called the letter a cover-up. UAPs, known to most people as UFOs, have been in the headlines since Grush came forward with this testimony. In the light of interest, some government agencies have stepped up efforts to give the subject more serious attention than it has previously received. Most recently, the Pentagon launched a new website dedicated to releasing unclassified information on UAP sightings and collecting reports from civilians who have witnessed UAPs. NASA also released a report calling for more data to be gathered, noting that while the agency has no evidence UAPs are extraterrestrial in origin, there is a lack of quality, systematically collected data that would be needed to fully evaluate the phenomena. Okay, so look, again, Tim Burchette is putting up a good fight. He's trying to figure out what's going on, and let's see what happens here. Now, interesting, some stuff did happen today. Okay, so like I told you guys, and I do want to share this. Okay, Tim Burchette attended the NASA UAP briefing this morning. There was a briefing this morning. They did not want to televise it. They were trying to keep it hush hush. And the question is, what was said? Well, here I'm actually gonna show you guys, okay? Because Tim Burchette went live. Let me see here. Just bear with me a second, folks. Okay. Nope, we got the wrong article up. Give me 1 second, folks. I actually got video. Oh, give me 1 second, folks. I'm trying here. I'm trying. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Okay. Well, I'm having a hard time logging in. Give me a second, folks. I'll try to I'll tell you exactly what's going on. So Tim Burchette went on his Twitter, and I have this shared on my Twitter feed. If you guys want to go onto Twitter, the Atomic Wire, and you will see Tim Burchette basically calling this BS. That he says that there was two people that went on and started kind of basically calling BS on, he's basically calling BS, and he's basically saying that NASA wasn't prepared for this meeting, and he seemed really, really upset. So if you guys get a chance, go on to our Twitter feed, and maybe X is blocking me sharing their screen, and that's a possibility. Okay, but take a look, go on to the Atomic Wire's Twitter feed, and it's one of the articles that, or one of my retweets. Okay. And it has Representative Tim Burchette literally as he's walking out of the hearing, and then basically saying it was all crap. It was nothing, that they're kind of, they're dragging their feet. So if there's someone who is trying to put up a good fight, I do believe it's Tim Burchette. And while you guys are at it on our Twitter feed, and I'm going to try and see if I could share this. I don't know why I can't, so I apologize. It's blocking me every time I try to open it. There's also a really good well, you know what? I'm going to actually read this to you, okay? So it kind of gives you a little bit of idea, because there's an article on Newsweek specifically on what happened this morning, which says Tennessee Representative Tim Burchette described the House Oversight Committee's meeting with members of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, as elusive as lawmakers continue to push for answers on unidentified flying objects, UAPs. House members were briefed Thursday on NASA's independent reporting regarding UFOs, also known as unidentified aerial phenomena, that was released earlier this month. Congressmen on both sides of the aisle have demanded greater transparency from the Pentagon regarding the issue of UAP after hearing from 3 witnesses in late July who testified about their experience with the unexplainable phenomena while working for the Defense Department. But Burchette, a Republican who was one of the leading voices ahead of July's hearing to push for additional congressional oversight on the issue of UAP, said that he left Thursday's meeting with NASA disappointed, telling his followers in a video message on X that the report didn't say a whole lot to me. My colleagues, Alabama Representative Gary Palmer, asked about classified stuff at NASA, and they said, "We don't have anything classified," Burchette said regarding the meeting. According to the congressman's video, when pressed further about the issue of classified information, the representatives from NASA gave a very elusive response. And so what I think they've done is they sent these two, this is Representative Burchette talking, okay? It says that, and so what I think they've done, NASA, is they sent these two folks in here, like the Pentagon did, that have very little knowledge of the issue. Burchette continued. So they can say, they can hold up their hand before Congress and swear they know nothing about this issue and it doesn't exist. Burchette said that he also pressed the NASA representatives about the testimonies that came out during July's hearing, as well as videos of UAP that have been declassified and shared with the public. So anyway, didn't get a lot from that. And I'm a little disappointed, Burchette said. We're probably going to have to get some more people from the Pentagon in there and tell us what exactly is going on. I just want the truth, he added. Give me the facts. Newsweek reached out to Dr. Daniel Evans, Assistant Deputy Associate Administrator for Research at NASA, who served as a designated federal official on the agency's UAP report for comment Thursday evening. NASA's report was compiled by a team of 16 experts and was intended to look at how the agency could use data to better understand UAP. The group concluded in its review that there was no conclusive evidence that suggested UAP is the source of extraterrestrial origins and suggested that the agency should play a prominent role in working better understand the phenomena. The report also called for greater transparency around UAP and suggested that the agency could help remove the negative stigma that witnesses feel when reporting experiences. NASA's longstanding public trust, which is essential for communicating findings about the phenomena to the public, is also crucial for the destigmatizing UAP reporting. The report said the scientific process used by NASA encourage critical thinking and skepticism within the framework where should be no credulous acceptance of unlikely reports with unlikely explanations. So basically, Representative Burchette is calling crap on, it's calling BS on it, because the biggest argument is NASA's trying to tell us that this UAP report that they kind of released to the public, right? And it was 30-something pages. Basically, they're saying that everything that they've done is based on unclassified information. And they're trying to tell you that NASA doesn't have anything that's classified. Well, that's totally laughable because we all know NASA has classified documents, right? And if you go back to different astronauts, and I'm not going to bog us down today with all the different astronauts because that's going to be for another show, okay? But there are a lot of astronauts who claim, not just, Gordon Cooper, who we spoke about, there's other astronauts, they say they've seen or experienced things that are not from this world. And if, so you're telling me NASA doesn't have any classified files? It seems very unlikely. Because for a fact, whether it's satellite, whether it's this, what they have to have class. It'd be better if they just told us, yeah, of course we have classified stuff. We just can't tell you everything. But they're pretending. And what's sad is they're actually telling our representatives, people who are supposed to be speaking in behalf of us, we the people, and they have the right. They have security clearances, and yet they're trying to BS them. So once again, NASA's covering up their crap. Let's see what happens in the future. But I really, in regards to the UAP UFO topic, I got to give Burchette a lot of credit. He seems to be kind of leading the fight. So let's see exactly what happens. What do you guys think? Right? Is NASA covering stuff up? Of course, again, my opinion, folks, of course, are covering stuff up. Why wouldn't they be? Or do you believe NASA? Right? Do you believe NASA? Because the truth, I don't. I believe they're covering stuff up, and it might be a reason why, right? And giving you guys a quick heads up for tomorrow's Friday night. I'm gonna go. I'll be honest to you. I'm probably gonna go between 7:30 and 8. There's a good possibility I might pre-record it and put it up there as well. But I will have, I think, a very juicy story, a very juicy topic. Again, it does have to do with the UAP, and I might pepper in some other stories about the astronaut situations of different astronauts who've been basically saying, we are not alone. All righty. So What's been going on, guys? Everyone's well, everyone's good. Anyone seen any good television? I would like to know. The truth is, I would like to know kind of who our viewers are. And again, we're building from scratch, so I do appreciate you guys coming aboard. But I'm kind of interested. I know a few people mentioned Battlestar Galactica. Some people have mentioned maybe Star Trek, maybe Star Wars. I'm just trying to get an idea of like Daniel. What shows do you watch? What is your go-to sci-fi? I'm kind of curious. Same thing with is it Core? Okay, or Spirit or Tammy. What do you guys watch? I'm just kind of curious what you guys are into. Okay. But definitely, guys, NASA today. Oh, by the way, the report was also the report that they gave us, with the people that we could just download from NASA was like 30-something pages long. It was full of a bunch of pictures. So a lot of those, pages were just images. Okay. The one that was given to the senators or the representatives was about 50 pages long. Okay. But again, if you guys can go to the Atomic Wire, because I also shared a couple interesting things. It looks like the Border Patrol, okay, because they have a lot of the infrared stuff, released some footage that might be considered potential UAP. Okay. So again, very interesting. If you go onto my Twitter feed, take a look at it. It's definitely it's there. There's things flying around behind some of our planes that kind of look like those spheres. So take a look. Go onto my Twitter feed and take a look. And then I'm going to talk about one more thing before I wrap it up tonight, because I do got things to say, guys. So Kristen Gillibrand from New York. Just yesterday was being interviewed, and the final question, and she was being interviewed about a regular bunch of political topics that's going on. The reporter, the very last question, threw her a big one about UAP, UFO. And again, Senator Gillibrand on the Democrat side has been one of the people who have been also, fighting for I'm going to say disclosure, right? She wants to know the truth, so from the Democrat side, Gillibrand's one of them. On the Republican side, you got Burchette. You also got Marco Rubio and stuff that out from Florida that's been pushing it. But so Pickus, who is the reporter, asked her last question. You've been pressing the Department of Defense for more information about UAPs, also known as UFOs. Have you gotten any answers? So again, remember, our government of representatives have been asking the Department of Defense, Pentagon, about UAP. And Senator Gillibrand responded, not any answers that you would think were interesting. What I have learned is this: we have not been really patrolling the skies in a meaningful way. The FAA looks at the sky for air traffic control to make sure planes don't crash. And Space Force and parts of the Commerce Department, they do the work of making sure we know where satellites are and what they're doing, but nobody's been looking in between. And the spy balloon was a big wake-up call that other countries are taking advantage of this and spying on us, China's being one of them. So we heard a lot of reporting from pilots that they keep seeing drones and other different type of unidentified flying objects, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Doesn't matter what you call it. It's something in the air that you don't understand. Some look like drones, some look like balloons, and they really see it as a safety issue, and they're going to crash into these objects. And they've been very distressed about it. So I was chair of the Senate Armed Services Personnel Subcommittee when a lot of these reports were coming in. And so I wanted to create an office that would review all these UAPs and assess what are they? Are they spy balloons? Are they spy drones? Are they something else? We need to have domain awareness, and we need to have air superiority for our national security. And so now we have an office, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ARROW, that has been reviewing all these cases. They have about 800 cases. 800 cases they're reviewing. They're assessing what they are. A lot of our drones, a lot of them are balloons, and a lot of them are still unclear. But as we're going to add sensors, we're going to add detection devices onto our aircraft. We're going to do over-the-horizon radars. We're going to do a lot more to have that domain awareness and air superiority. And that, I think, is really important and meaningful, because if there is any UAP out there that's not from here, we will find out. We will be able to assess that. And if not, then we got a lot going on that is probably adversaries like China, Russia, and Iran, that we have a huge responsibility to know what they're doing. Okay, so that was a very interesting, response from Gillibrand. Okay, because she was being honest, basically saying we don't know, what's going on. Okay, and I think it's interesting where she dropped little tidbits that they will be adding different technology to our aircraft to figure out what's going on. So again, very interesting. So you have someone from the Democrat side, you got someone from the Republican side, two people that never really see eye to eye, but yet in regards to this topic, it seems that they're united. Okay, so yeah, there's hope maybe after all for our country. Alrighty, let's see here. I watch Battlestar Galactica every couple years. Plus, I like Outlander, which stuff all the time. Have I seen One Piece from Netflix? So here's the thing. I put it on at work, right? In our kind of waiting room for our customers to kind of see it. I kind of glanced. The truth is, I don't know anything about One Piece. But from what I did see, guys, it does look like a very interesting show. It looks very cool. I have no issue. But I can't tell you, I used to read the anime or manga, whatever it is, right? I'm not much of an anime manga person. Again, I'm sci-fi. Sure. I like fantasy. Sure. I love documentaries, not just the UAP stuff. I love history. I absolutely love history. But I'm probably going to sit down and binge watch the entire thing. Hopefully, I don't need to know the anime or the manga to appreciate it, but all indications is pretty cool. I did read that they are making a season 2 for One Piece. Okay, so yeah, cool. And then, it's funny, Spirit. I love Galactica. I absolutely love Galactica. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share a picture. I got a picture of myself and Trisha Helfer. 9. What was it? 6? Can't remember. But you know what I'm talking about, the Cylon. And then I also got a picture of myself and Katie Sackhoff. Okay. They were at a long story short, there's a bar here in Los Angeles called Scum and Villainy, and it's very sci-fi themed. And a few years ago, I had a chance to meet them both there. Took pictures with both Katie Sackhoff, who now obviously in Star Wars, everyone's kind of know who she is because she was the voice of Bo-Katan, and now she also plays the live-action character Bo-Katan. And obviously, number 6. That's right, number 6. And she was Starbuck, right, in BSG. All right, so I was able to get some cool autograph stuff. I might share them with you one of these days. But yeah, I absolutely love Battlestar Galactica. Outlander, I absolutely I binge watch like the first 3 episodes, and I love it. But man, I was just getting really, tied into it. I got to catch up and finish it. I just haven't had. Spirit of the Trees. When you say Apollo, are you talking about Jamie Bammer, the guy who played Apollo in the 2000s? Yeah, very cool, right? Now, in the original show, it was Richard Hatch and Dirk Benedict, right? Dirk Benedict played Starbuck. That's the guy who played Face in the A-Team, and he was also in the original. And then, obviously, Richard Hatch, who was Apollo in the original series, was obviously also in the new Battlestar Galactica, right? Yes, Jamie Bammer's cool. And if you, they did a little bit of crossover recently. If you guys watch Picard, the actor who played Gaius Baltar, right, in the Battlestar Galactica, the 2000 revamp, we end up finding out that actor, and his name will come to me shortly. Sorry, I forget. He's Picard's dad in the Picard TV series when there's like a flashback of Picard being a child. Yeah, that's his dad. So it was a nice little tying into Battlestar Galactica as well. Alrighty, folks. Well, listen, it was good talking to you guys tonight. I told you guys I was going to be brief. I wasn't going to go on very long. But tomorrow, I'm definitely going to have a pretty solid hour, I think, of of a really great, and I'm going to tell you, it's a great one. It's an ancient civilization. It's probably, I'm not going to give them too much more, but there is some really interesting stuff out there. Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys are going to enjoy that one. I know I'm enjoying it, putting together this, the talking points of it. All right, folks. But listen, please like today's, cast. I would appreciate it. Also, please share it. And if you guys can kind of let people know that we will be on tomorrow, if you could share it, maybe also on tomorrow on your guys' Twitter or social media, I would appreciate your help. And you know what, guys? It's Thursday night. It's time to get some family time in. So enjoy your evening. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.